Hello and welcome to my channel, Law with Charlie. And this is the channel trailer where I'm going to introduce myself and give you a bit of an overview of what will this channel actually contain. What can you expect from this channel? So let's get straight into it. It's a bit about me. I'm a law student at the University of Leicester. At the time of recording, July 2025. I have just finished my second year, and so I'm now preparing to start my third year of my law LLB degree. And yes, I enjoy academia. Academia is just so very fun. Why? You get to explore different subjects in lots of detail, and it's a subject of your interest. Yes, there will be areas which you're not a big fan of, but then going forwards, you can decide not to specialise in those areas further or pick a mix, which is kind of what I've done. Plus, also with academia, a big part of it is research. You get to write books and write journal articles, discover new things, and research and enhance your own education in the academic world. And that idea of just being able to research an area of your interest and exploring it in lots and lots of detail, lots of deep detail, and becoming an expert in it is really, really fun, really, really exciting, and something which really, really interests me. As such, I'm an aspiring barrister slash academic. I want to become a barrister at law, specialising in a few areas where I can have the most impact on individuals. But I also don't want to leave the academia behind. I'd also like to do some part-time academia in terms of both a bit of research, and it'd be nice to come back to do some lectures at various universities or whatnot to give students a law degree education coming from a legal professional. I found that my lectures, which make use of legal professionals in the practical field, whether that's solicitors or barristers, they mostly make some of the best lecturers because they've got the real world experience as well. But let's go into my academic interests. So these are some of my academic interests: charity law, sexual offences, and particularly the law around rape, the sex offenders register, and so on. I like family law as well, and particularly the children matters in that. Medical law I find really interesting, as well as the law of evidence. I'm very passionate when it comes to legal education, both at university level, beyond, and even before. I'm a firm believer that the public should have a understanding of the law, and that there should be public legal education, which is where this channel comes in partially. I also am very interested in the educational SEND law. That looks at the law of education more generally, as well as the law when it comes to students with special educational needs and disabilities. And the final one is one of the really unique areas in law, and that's ecclesiastical law. And that's the law concerned with the church. And my interests are particularly with the Church of England and looking at the canon law, the law which governs the Church of England, and all the clergy and personnel who play a role in the Church of England on a daily basis. So, what content can you expect from um, this channel? There will be lectures. I anticipate to do some lectures in the 7 foundations of legal knowledge, which I'll get to in a moment, as well as more general lectures, whether that's practical legal stuff, advocacy, mooting, for instance, whether it's just public interest lectures or lectures looking at something which is currently in trend, case comments, etc. I'm going to do a public lecture series where I break down the law in extra detail for someone who does not have a legal background, someone who's not a law student, and someone who I would assume has no legal knowledge at all, and I'll really deep dive into it. So some of my journal articles, for instance, I plan to make as public lectures, so I can really explore those topics in lots of detail for someone who wouldn't have any idea otherwise, and really explain what it's about and why it's relevant. I also plan to do revision, particularly for law students. This is because I found there's limited resources out there, both on YouTube and podcasts, for when it comes to revising the law. Particularly podcasts, for me I like really long walks, so if I'm able to listen to the law as revision whilst walking, that's always a bonus for me. Then there will be shorts on various platforms, and that's going to be bite-sized legal knowledge, so whether that's revision bite-sized chunks for law students or just general legal information for the public. That's something you don't really want to miss. I will do case comments as well as responding to legal questions, but it's probably worth me mentioning at this point that as a law student, before I'm fully qualified as a barrister, I am not allowed to provide legal advice, and so I will reiterate that point in many of my videos. But if you do need legal advice, do go and see a legal professional, either a solicitor or a barrister. And there will be so much more as well, and part of that is to do with what you want to get out of this. So if you've got a request of a topic or of some content, please do let me know in the comments section below. So these are some of the topics I plan to cover. So all the foundations of legal knowledge, known as the FLKs, and they're the areas which you need to cover in order to have a qualifying law degree, and they include contract law, the law of tort, constitutional and administrative law, land law, equity and trusts, and criminal law and EU law. So they're the main areas, and then after those areas there will be areas of specialism. So that might be some of the options I've chosen for my degree, or just my areas of interest. So family law, medical law, the law of evidence, employment law, educational law, and ecclesiastical law, to name just a few. I will also cover practical law lectures, so whether that's clinical legal education, so in the legal advice clinic, and mooting, other competitions like that, or advocacy, or just practical law in the wider sense, such as the bar course. I also plan to do some criminology lectures, so I did the WJEC Level 3 Applied Diploma in Criminology at A level. So again, there's little content available on the internet there, and so I plan to incorporate some of that into my channel. Plus, much of the criminology A level is relevant for law as well, so that's always worth looking at, as well as doing discussions of research and extended project qualifications, EPQs. So here I'll look at research methods, the value of research, why you should engage in research, how to research, as well as lectures on doing an EPQ, which I would highly recommend. And then that's just some of it. There's so much more as well, and again, if there's a topic you want me to cover, please do comment in the comments section, and I will try my best to cover it. That concludes this channel trailer now, and so I encourage you strongly to like this video and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future content. Any questions, anything at all, let me know in the comments section below, and do come back and explore my future content. Thank you very much.